Welcome to Catholic Mom Mindset, a daily show where you learn to walk closely with the Holy Spirit so you can live the life God is calling you to. I'm your host, Sterling Jaquith. Let us begin. Episodes ago, we were talking about that we can't force ourselves to heal, but I wanted to do a different episode on how it's okay to be a work in progress. I think one of the biggest lies that we believe, and whether it comes from like the devil or the culture or school, is we have this all or nothing frame of thinking where if we can't lose 40 pounds, we don't even want to lose 2. If we can't keep the whole house clean, what's the point of even cleaning off the kitchen counters? If we can't, fairy godmother our marriage into being, yummy and romantic and wonderful, then we're just going to kind of be closed and cold shoulder that guy and not work on it. And particularly when you have all or nothing thinking and you do start working on something, you'll start looking at it more closely after that. You're like, oh, but is it fixed? Is it better? And then of course it won't be because, healing and growth is a process. And then you'll be disappointed. And then you'll have thoughts like, see, I knew it wasn't going to work. And maybe you're 2 weeks into something, which isn't a very long time. And so a lot of times when I talk to my clients and they tell me something that they want to work on, I'll say, okay, but would you be willing to work on it for 2 years? Ooh, our brains do not like that answer. I mean, even right now, in my body, I could feel my body go, ugh, 2 years. I don't like that at all. Of course we don't like that. We want to Uber our results to our house, right? I mean, we just live in an instant gratification society. And we've primed our brain for that. So our brain actually thinks that something is wrong when it's not like that. Oh no, this should be better by now. This should be fixed by now. But I want you to ask yourself, if you were guaranteed that it would be, let's say completely fixed, whatever that means, in 2 years. I'll use weight loss as an example because that's measurable. Like that it would take 2 years for you to lose 40 pounds. Like you could do it in a year, but it's going to take 2 years. But you're going to do it in 2 years, and then the way that you do it, you're going to maintain a healthy weight from then on out. Why would you not take the 2 years to do it? So instead, you're just going to cross your arms and be grumpy about it, and then not do it, and then in 2 years, still be grumpy that you wish it would only take 6 months. And I think this is often true in our marriages. There are things that are painful. We don't have great communication. And the truth is, most of the tools that we need to use and practice probably take about 2 years. But we don't want to do that. So we don't do it at all. And then 2 years later, we're like, I don't have a great relationship with this guy. We're kind of ships passing in the night, and it's not fun, and we don't have any, emotional intimacy. So I feel bitter about our physical intimacy. But what if I told you had to go to marriage communication school for 2 years and you'd have to learn some things and then go through the awkward discomfort of trying them poorly until you try them in a better way and then try them enough that it works? And we can't put a time constraint on everything, but you can make a significant amount of progress in an area of your life in 2 years. Why is it not worth that? And it's because your human brain, like all of our human brains, has this all or nothing thinking. I see this in business a lot too. Women will start a business, and if they're not making, everyone has kind of a different number of what they're trying, but $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, they're like, it's not working. And when we do that, we also ignore the progress that we have been making. Because I guarantee that woman has made so much progress. She's learned so much. She's grown in virtue, even if the dollars aren't there. And that's true of weight loss too. If you're doing the work, you are growing and you're cultivating skills, and they may not be showing up on the scale yet. And the same thing with communication in your marriage. You may be regulating your own emotions and growing in that way, and it may not be showing up in your husband treating you differently yet. But that is the danger of all or nothing thinking, is we're just staring at the finish line and we're like, well, it's not here yet, so I should probably quit. And who wants you to quit? Your brain. Your brain wants you to be comfortable and alive. So it's like, let's put those stretchy pants on and eat chips and watch Netflix, because you know what? You never die when you're doing that. And I really like the dopamine that we get when you do that. Let's do that. And you have to talk your brain into being a grown-up. Your brain is like a toddler running around with scissors. Do you know how you feel when you see a toddler running around with scissors? You're like, everything inside of you lurches and you're like, whoa, I got to get that toddler and grab the scissors out of her hand. That's how your brain is, but it's cutting you up instead of your furniture. And you're just letting it. So, I just want you to know, all or nothing thinking is optional. Most of the time it hurts us. What do you have all or nothing thinking about? What do you want to fix in your life? What if I told you it took 2 hard years, but then it really was the way you want it to be? Sit down with a piece of paper and write down all the reasons your brain doesn't want to do that. And then just look at them and be like, am I letting my brain, my toddler brain, run the show? Or am I going to let my saint brain run the show? I love you. I'm praying for you. Thank you for listening and have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Catholic Mom Mindset. To learn more about growing closer to the Holy Spirit, check out our free resources at madeforgreatness.co. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.